Hi, Roy here. In this module, we'll talk about setting up your CRM on the platform. So first off, why a CRM? So CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager. And this is where you'll find all the contact details of the investors and people that you engage with through our platform. So once you engage with them, they'll be put in your own CRM and you'll have complete ownership of those contacts, all their contact details, etc. And it's also a central place for logging information and conversations you've had with people. And another very, very important point is that it will be used to coordinate the outreach. So if someone is interested or not interested, or they respond to one of your emails, then we don't want to necessarily continue to engage with that person in the future. You know, if you do a newsletter, you may want to send them an update despite of that. But if it's a one-off type of communication and they're not interested anymore or they opt out, then you need to keep track of that. And in Hubspot, this information will be logged and you'll use it to coordinate. And as well, let's say you have someone else on your team that also interact with people, or maybe they help you with the communication, then Hubspot, or the CRM in this case, will be the place where you all look to see what the status is of this contact. And we've looked at a lot of different CRMs over the years, and we came to the conclusion that one of the best alternatives out there is Hubspot. It's free for multiple users, so you don't actually need to pay anything for it. It has a very good interface, good APIs, etc. So pretty much everything that's available in other CRMs are available in Hubspot. So it's a natural choice. And if you already got a CRM, don't worry about that. We still recommend that you use Hubspot. In fact, all our clients, whether they have a CRM already or not, still use Hubspot. And the reason is that if you have a different CRM, it's still a good idea to use Hubspot because it will allow you to keep the leads you receive from us separate. There will be no clutter and very easy to handle. And if you don't have a CRM, well, this happens to be one of the best out there. So it's a very easy choice. And one question that often comes up if you already have a CRM that you're using is, how do I get information between those two systems? Because I don't want to have a replica, right? And that's a good question. And fortunately, there's a very easy solution to it. There's something called Zapier, Zapier.com, which allows you to set up notifications between those two systems so they will sync. So let's say someone becomes interested in Hubspot. Then at that point you may want to push them over to your other CRM. And that way in your main CRM you'll only have the qualified people, the people that are likely to become investors or clients, or maybe only people that you've had meetings with. Or if you want, you could synchronize everything over. That's an option as well. As you see in the PowerPoint, there's a link here, zapier.com/app/HubspotCRM. So it's already available there, and most likely you'll be able to set up a synchronization very easily. Of course, you're able to transfer contacts manually, but if you really want to have something very effortless, I recommend Zapier. Now I want to talk about how to set up your Hubspot account and how to integrate it and connect it with our platform. So you want to go to hubspot.com, and if you already have an account, you can just sign in with it But if you don't, you want to follow along here and create your account. So get HubSpot for free. And you need the free CRM. You don't need the Marketing Hub or the Sales Hub or anything else. So press Get Free CRM. And here you can sign up with your Google. So it's easy to create your account. Or you enter your details. And I'll use a dummy email because we already have an account. And then now I'm going to pause the video here and confirm my email. So you want to go to your inbox and confirm that it's your email. You should have now clicked the button in that email that asks you to confirm that it's your email. And then you want to create a password. Provide company domain and company name, press next. And then they will ask you, how many work at your company, etc. So you want to provide them with the answers here and finish signing up. And here they will show you some tasks that you may want to consider doing before you get going. But you can actually just skip these steps. But to give you an idea, here it says import your data. So if you've got existing contacts, you may want to import them into the CRM. So for example, you have the capability of telling us and our system not to contact anyone that's in your CRM. And so to do that, you would have to first upload them into HubSpot. But you can do this later. And then same thing here, if you want to be able to send emails from HubSpot, you can also connect your inbox. But this is optional and has nothing to do with our platform. But in this case, you skip here. So here is the dashboard and it will give you some options. I would just select lead generation to start with and just press next. That's it. Now you've got your HubSpot account. Now you want to go back to Investment Navigator. You want to go to the settings page and then you want to press connect HubSpot. And because you're already signed in, you can just press grant access. But if you're not signed in, you need to sign in this pop-up. And once it's finished loading, you want to select a HubSpot user in this dropdown and save. Then go back to your HubSpot and then you want to go to contacts. This is where all the contacts that you engage with on the platform Investment Navigator will appear. You can rearrange these columns here, move them around, add columns, etc. Just press edit columns. And you can also filter on different properties. So perhaps you want to filter on status. So if you want all the people that are new, you would select that. Or if you want all the people that are interested, you would select interested. This is a good way to find the people at different stages. But now let's click a contact here. This is a very important step, probably the most important step in this video. You can see here that on the left you've got a tab with properties, fields of this contact. So it's the name, the email, the phone number, etc. But this by default does not contain all the fields or the properties. And when you connect with our platform, we add a couple of fields to HubSpot for you that will be used to manage the status of the contact. So what you want to do here is click View All Properties, and then here you see which fields are currently added, and these are potential fields that you can add to the contact. Now, the important step here is that there are actually 3 different status fields in HubSpot. It used to be only 1 field, but then HubSpot added some fields. And you want to make sure that you use our field that we've created for you. And that field is called status. And here you can see it's called a field called lead status. That's not the field you want to use. So let's leave that at the bottom. And then you want to scroll down here until you get to status. And here you can see there's 2 status fields. The first one contains active and inactive. That's not the field you want to use. But this field, which contains new, interested, maybe later, not interested, and unqualified, is the field you should use and need to use. And this will reflect on the dashboard on investmentnavigator.com. So you want to click Add to your view and then scroll up again. Move it to the top. And then there's another field that you will use to manage the status. And that's called email opt-out. So if somebody says they no longer want to receive communication from you, you want to change this field here. So make sure you add it to your view as well. And then drag it to the top. Now there's also some other fields that you may want to use. And that would be, for example, appointment scheduled. So if you have an appointment with somebody, you may want to check this. So let's add that. Appointment outcome would be if you make a sale, they're interested or not, whatever. You can mark this. And this will allow you to go back and see who you've had success with. An appointment date time lets you track when the appointment was. And then there are some other fields as well you may want to consider. Let's say city, company name, company size, country, industry, investor type, job title, LinkedIn, company size, industry, and sales URL, location, mobile phone number, postal code, Skype, source, street address, state, region, website URL, and Twitter. And then under social media, you want to add LinkedIn URL, where you will find the LinkedIn link to some of the contacts from Investment Navigator. Sometimes it's easiest to search on email or the LinkedIn URL in order to find contacts, in case there are multiple contacts with the same name, for instance. And these other 3 categories you can skip. Then let's scroll up to the top. I would make sure to place appointment, scheduled, date and time, outcome on the top, along with LinkedIn URL. And it's a good idea to have location and phone at the top as well. Now, if you go back to the contact, you'll find that you now have status at the top. And again, this is the most important field. Whenever you get a reply from somebody, unless it's a newsletter where you don't really care about status, you may send a newsletter to people that are not interested anyway, or that people that are interested, you want to change this status field so that you can target selectively. Something else you may want to consider is to turn off email notifications. By default, when we add contacts to HubSpot for you, there will be a notification informing you about it. So let us go to Settings, press Notifications, and simply turn off email notifications. And then here you can of course turn off specific email notifications for different topics. So contacts, for example. If a contact is assigned to you, you may not want to get it. That's pretty much it. I will comment on some other features as well quickly. So if you press contact here of course you'll find companies that are associated with contacts. And the other important thing is under sales, there is something called deals. And you can use these to keep track of sales opportunities or investment opportunities. And those deals are associated with contacts. So if you're about to close a deal, you can create something here and provide information on it. But this is optional. That's it for this training. Thank you.